The movie gives the henchmen a glow-up, then throws them to the dogs. My crushes, Jasper and Horace, in both animated and live-action form. Photo illustration by Slate. Images by Disney. Cruella has been pitched as a movie that rewinds the clock on the infamous 101 Dalmatians villain, giving audiences a more in-depth look at the origins of Cruella de Vil. But, more importantly, for fans of a certain pair of Disney henchmen, it also provides a little more background on Jasper and Horace. In shining a light on these two men, it reveals that they are not only underappreciated as characters but misunderstood as people. In fact, they are eminently eligible bachelors, as deserving of love as any other young Londoners. In other words, the movie marks a crucial rise in visibility for henchmen everywhere. That is, until it throws them to the dogs. Some background. In this version of the story, Cruella, Jasper, and Horace have been friends since childhood, getting by on their street smarts and the strength of their friendship. They seem to be a loving and supporting family unit, the kind whose generosity extends to inviting another orphan, in this case, the young Cruella, into their petty crime ring. Later, Jasper, in particular, proves his selflessness once again, by managing to forge an application that will get Cruella the straight and narrow job she desires, even though, he realizes, that could mean that their gang might lose a pivotal member. So far, so good, for this duo's admirers. The best of movies, TV, books, music, and more, delivered to your inbox. However, as Cruella becomes more and more focused in her attempts to bring down the Baroness, she begins to take her two old pals for granted. Her increasingly mean, downright exploitative behavior isn't exactly unexpected, given how it tracks with how tyrannical we know Cruella will become when she's older. But it's a little harder to stomach than in the previous movies adapted from Dodie Smith's Dalmatians novels, for a few reasons. First, Cruella has taken the trouble of retconning Jasper and Horace into her bosom buddies rather than hired hands, so they haven't exactly entered into this contract willingly. Second, we've spent most of the movie being nudged to care about these characters, with Jasper positioned almost as a romantic interest and Horace providing the comic relief. They're no longer thugs who harbor the same vicious streak as their boss. Rather, they're a couple of sweeties just trying to keep up with their friend, making the way this plot thread is resolved, with Cruella offering an apology and then essentially going right back to bossing them around, feel particularly unsatisfying. Making it even more painful to watch the pair get short-changed is this fact: Jasper and Horace are hot now. Depending on who you ask, the argument can be made that they've always been hot.